I'd move to strike the last
Gentlewoman
word.
from California, Ms. Lofgren.
I oppose this amendment, and I don't believe it is simply a technical amendment. This amendment would protect Internet service providers who are too cheap to block only a portion of a site, and instead who would choose to block a whole site using DNS blocking, even when a court order only specifies a portion as infringing. To endorse this activity on the part of DNS blocking of entire sites, even where there is a more specific order that relates only to the infringing sites, could have the impact of adversely impacting legitimate speech. It sometimes, and we've seen this in the past, the misdeeds are just on one subdomain or even one page. And if you block the entire site, you will have the effect, quite likely, of blocking non-infringing speech. This amendment, I think, is a further endorsement of the DNS blocking scheme, which has been criticized as harming cybersecurity. We had a substantial discussion of that yesterday, and likely will have additional discussions as well. The existing 104A in the Manager's Amendment states that intermediaries are not required to punish a whole site if a court order only specifies that a portion is infringing. And this further amendment to eliminate the only punish the bad person concept is really not the right way to go. In fact, I had been looking and may yet provide a proposal that whereas it is permissive not to block an entire site, we would be required not to block an entire site. This goes in the completely wrong direction. The safe harbor states that the DNS blocking fully discharges the obligation when you prevent access to subscribers to the limited site. And to do as Mr. Goodlatte suggests would trump the section. It would bless overblocking by ISPs. I don't know whether a court would block it as violative of the First Amendment. I have not had the opportunity, and hope maybe I will today, to review the advice that Mr. Sensenbrenner referenced yesterday from Professor Tribe. I'd love to do that, but I think this is it's certainly wrong, perhaps unconstitutional, and we should vigorously oppose it. And with that, I would yield to Mr. Paulus.
Thank you, Ms. Lofgren.
Thank you. I just want to be clear, and I'll be taking out my own time on this as well. But I don't, and I'll engage Mr. Goodlatte for this. If the gentleman from Virginia has a moment. I mean, this appears to be, I think this was presented as a technical amendment. Would the gentleman agree that this is an amendment that does change the implications of the bill and should be debated on its merits rather than as a technical correction?
Well, the gentleman and the gentlewoman may not like the underlying principle in the bill, but it's a technical amendment in that it conforms the manager's amendment to other language elsewhere in the bill. And for that reason, you're welcome to debate that principle elsewhere in the bill or offer an amendment to the underlying principle, which you've already done. But the fact of the matter is this makes the amendment conform to other language already in the bill. And as the gentlewoman noted, nothing can be done here without a court order. So if a court is going to require somebody to overblock, then all of these issues will come up in that legal.
Well, reclaiming my time, I think the gentleman's incorrect. The amendment, by having Section 102C2A override Section 104A, you would require ISPs to receive a court order for an infringing site to prevent access by its subscribers to the site. The safe harbor is actually being changed. This is not just a technical amendment. This is something that provides a substantive change that is violative, probably, of the First Amendment. And I'm sure that the gentleman offers it in good faith as a technical amendment. It's not merely a technical amendment. And it should be opposed. And in fact, we should be going in the exact other direction. If members are sincere, that they are concerned about infringement, then and we want to narrowly tailor our actions towards infringing material, the last thing you want to do is to overblock so that you're shutting down entire sites instead of just infringing material.
The
That's what
gentleman
this
is
amendment
time.
would do, and it should be opposed.